Two, three, four, five. Good morning, we're on the record. Good morning. As chairperson of the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board for the District of Columbia, and in accordance with DC Code Section 2571(c) of the Open Meetings Act, OMA, I am welcoming you to a public hearing to solicit. I'm sorry, I apologize. Let me start over again. Good morning, everyone. As chairperson of the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board for the District of Columbia, and in accordance with DC Code Section 2571(c) of the Open Meetings Act, OMA, I am welcoming you to the regular scheduled meeting of the Alcoholic Beverage Cannabis Board. This meeting is being conducted pursuant to guidance made available by the District of Columbia's Office of Open Government regarding electronic meetings held by public bodies. Electronic meetings by the ABC Board are authorized pursuant to Section 2577A of the DC Code. Pursuant to the OMA requirements, notice of today's meeting was provided 48 hours in advance of the meeting on ABCA's website and on the District Central meeting calendar. The notice included the time, date, agenda, and call-in or login information for public participation. This electronic meeting has been hosted by a WebEx account provided by the District of Columbia government. Please address any questions or complaints to the OOG at opengovoffice@dc.gov. My name is Donovan Anderson. I'm chairperson of the board. I would like to introduce the other members of the ABC board who are also participating electronically. Mr. James Short. You're on mute, Mr. Short.
James Short, present.
Mr. Bobby Cato.
Bobby Cato, present.
Ms. Jenny Henson.
Jenny Hansen, present.
Mr. Edward Grandis.
Edward Grandis, present.
The board has 5 members in attendance for the conduct of business today, and that constitutes a quorum. Before we get underway with today's hearing calendar, I need to make a few instructions very clear so that the conduct of these hearings is understood by everyone. There are 5 cases on today's calendar. Once their case is called, I will take a moment for IT specialists to elevate the rights for each party to enable their camera and microphone. Then and only then will you have the ability to enable your equipment. If your case has not been heard, you will remain mute and your camera will be disabled. Should you have any questions or require technical assistance during the hearing, please submit them using the question and answer feature. Our first order of business today is case number 23, CIT 00124, Milk and Honey, license number 119672. Good morning, Mr. Oriana. Can you please elevate the rights of the government and the license in this case?
Good morning, Chairman. Enrique Harold, your access has been elevated. Anthony Cello, your access has been elevated. That is all, Chairman.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the
Good
board.
morning, sir. Can you please identify yourself for the record, sir?
Assistant Attorney General Anthony Cello and THONY-CELO on behalf of the district.
Good morning, sir. The licensee, if you have a camera, can you please turn your camera on and identify yourself for the record, please?
Sure. Cendrique Harold, Director of Operations, Milk and Honey, Thompson Hospitality.
Please spell your name, ma'am.
Zanbrique. Last name Harold, Harrold.
Mr. Sella, are there any preliminary matters in this case?
No, Mr. Chair, I would just note that we did send a proposed OIC on July 21st and have not yet heard back.
All right, so this matter then is scheduled for a show cause hearing on September 13th at 10:30 a.m. Miss Carol, right?
Harold with a H, Harold.
I'm sorry, Miss Harold. I apologize, Miss Harold. What this means, 7 days before the hearing, both sides are required to, if this matter is not settled, 7 days before the hearing, both sides are required to exchange documents and witnesses that will be relied upon at the hearing. Now, you said that you're a director of operations. So if this matter goes to a hearing, meaning that the establishment will have documents and witnesses to rely upon. If you are not a part of the management team, and if you're not a part of the license, then we would need a letter of authorization from one of the licensees, giving you permission for you to move forward in representing them in this matter.
Understood.
Okay. So anyway, so if this matter is not, all right, so as I said before, this matter then is scheduled for a show cause hearing on September 13th at 10:30. Each side is required 7 days before the hearing to provide documents and witnesses, exchange documents and witnesses with each other, and also with ABCA legal failure by either side to provide documents and witnesses. The board is empowered to provide that, to prevent that side from relying on documents and witnesses that have not been disclosed. Any questions?
None from the district.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess my only question is the purpose of this meeting here is to be present to then move forward with the meeting in September, or is it to have some kind of clarity?
I think this is an issue. Whose case is this, Mr. Sella?
Alicia Hogan Miller.
All right. This establishment has been charged with having no ABC manager on duty. We're at a hearing, so therefore it appears that this licensee is contesting that issue. So at the hearing, then you would bring documents and witnesses on to say this is not correct. We had an ABC manager on duty during the period of time that we were selling and serving alcohol. So that is I'm sorry. So that's what would occur at the hearing, is that you're going to bring your witnesses who are going to contest, who are going to basically state that whenever the investigator came and said there was no ABC manager on duty, that indeed somebody was there, and this is the person who was there, and you defend your case.
Sorry to interrupt. Understood. My question is, we are not serving and selling alcohol because we don't have an ABC manager on, and because of that, that's the reason why we're not. So we have.
Well, that is an issue. You would give your explanation at the hearing, but at the same time, even if you're not selling it, if the investigator comes to the business And if the alcohol is not secure,
We don't
meaning
have it.
that, well, no, I'm just saying, if the alcohol is not secure,
Mm-hmm.
you're selling it. I'm just saying, okay? So what it means is that it should be locked up. We should not see it. But that's something that is something that you can discuss that with the government. But
Okay.
these are the arguments that you would make if you have arguments to make if we go to a hearing.
Understood.
Okay?
I guess my other question is, can this be clarified before the hearing with the
You-
Attorney General?
You can contact, you and the Attorney General can have conversations,
Okay.
whatever, if an agreement is reached, you can do a written offer. They will provide the board with a written offer and compromise, and we will take this matter off. So you can have these type of conversation with the assigned Attorney General for this case, the Assistant Attorney General for this case, and whatever decision, if agreement is made, then it will be provided to the board for its approval. If there's no agreement, then I will see you on on September 13th at 10:30. And then that's when you will argue before the board. The process is that the government will go on first. They will state why the establishment committed the infraction and why they should be fined. And you, on behalf of the licensee, you will give your explanation. Why is it that you were not guilty of the infraction? Okay?
Understood. Thank you for the clarity.
Mr. Chair,
All right. Yes, sir.
may I provide Attorney Hogan Miller's email to the representative of the licensee for communication?
Of course, please. Yes, sure.
Ma'am, the assigned Assistant Attorney General is Alicia, Alycia. Last name Hogan Miller, and her email is alicia.hogenmiller, alicia.hoganmiller@dc.gov.
Thank you.
All right. Well, good luck with your discussions, if any. If not, we will see you on September 13th. I think this is probably would be one of the first hearings that we have after our summer break. All right. Have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, fine. I believe this concludes your day, Mr. Thieler.
I believe so too. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You have a great day. Thank you. All right, the next case in our calendar is case number 22 CMP 00088. Georgetown Inn West End Costas Rum Bar, license number 109462. This case has been canceled. The parties provided the board with an offer in compromise for its consideration. The next case in our calendar is case number 23 CIT 00090 Heights Liquor, license number 118369. This case has also been canceled. The parties provided the board with an offer in compromise for its consideration. So therefore, that we have now concluded our morning agenda. Let me move on to let me move on to our afternoon agenda. The first case on our afternoon agenda is a protest hearing, case number 22 PRO 00153, TAP 99, license number 116883. This case has been canceled. The protest was withdrawn. The next case in our calendar is case number 23251 00017, Play DC Restaurant and Lounge, license number 12274. This case has been continued to a date to be determined at the request of the respondent with the consent of the government. And with that, we are at the end of our calendar for the day. So since we have concluded our calendar for the day, I am now going to do our legal agenda. The first matter on our legal agenda is a review of an offer in compromise in lieu of a hearing dated August 1st, 2023 for case number 23 CMP 00088, West End Casas Rum Bar. Ms. Henson will not participate in this matter. The offer in compromise is as follows. For charge one, increase interior occupancy without approval, DC Official Code Section 25762B1. The offer in compromise is a $2,000 fine payable within 30 days, or the license shall be suspended indefinitely until the fine has been paid. Charge two, allow dancing without the endorsement, DC Official Code Section 25113AB1. The offer in compromise is a $500 fine payable within 30 days, or the license shall be suspended indefinitely until the fine has been paid. I make a motion that the offer in compromise be accepted. Is there a second?
Bobby Cato seconds.
Mr. Cato, second the motion. Will now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 4-0-0. Number two, review of an offer in compromise in lieu of a hearing dated August 1st, 2023 for cases number 23 CIT 00090 and case number 23 CIT 00092, Heights Liquor, license number 118369. The offer in compromise are for case number 23 CIT 00090, the charges: no ABC manager on duty, statutory authority 25701. There is a $750 fine payable within 30 days, or the license shall be suspended indefinitely until the fine has been paid. For charge number two, fail to control litter, statutory authority 25726A. This matter has been dismissed. This charge has been dismissed. For case number 23 CIT 00092, charge: no ABC manager on duty, statutory authority, DC Code Section 25701. There is a fine of $750 payable within 30 days, or the license shall be suspended indefinitely until the fine has been paid. I therefore make a motion that the offer in compromise be accepted. Is there a second?
Mr. Short, I second.
Mr. Short, I second the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Hanson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0-0. Number five, review of a settlement agreement dated July 23rd, 2023, bond between a budding property owner and Skylit Lounge, license number 118192. I make a motion that we approve this request. Is there a second?
Ed Grandis will second.
Mr. Grandis has seconded the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0-0. Number five, review of a settlement agreement dated July 31st, 2023, bond between Advisory Neighborhood Commission 2B and Belos ESTIATORIA restaurant license number 124717. I make a motion that we approve this agreement. Is there a second?
Ed Grandis will second.
Mr. Grandis has seconded the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Hanson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0-0. Number five, review of protestants' ANC's motion to continue protest hearing in case number 23 PRO 00050. This is IAGU license number 124054. I make a motion that we deny this request. Is there a second?
Bobby Cato seconds.
Mr. Cato second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0. Number 6, review of applicant's opposition to ANSY's motion to continue protest hearing in case number 23 PRO 00050 IAGU license number 124054. This is now moot. Number 7, review of the request to withdraw protest in case number 22 PRO 00153 dated July 31st, 2023. This is TAP 99, license number 116883. I make a motion that we approve this request. Is there a second?
Bobby Cato seconds.
Mr. Cato, second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0. Number 8, review of applicant's motion for additional time and witnesses in case number 22 PRO 00153. This is TAP 99, license number 116883. This is now moot. Number 9, review of the petition for the establishment of a moratorium zone in the 1900 block of 9th Street Northwest, 9th Shaw and 9th Street Neighborhood Moratorium Zone, submitted July 25th, 2023 by the Westminster Neighborhood Association. I make a motion that we refer this matter to legal and set for hearing. Is there a second?
Mr. Short, I second.
Mr. Short, I second the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0. We now move to our licensing agenda. The first matter on our licensing agenda is a review application for safekeeping of license. This is for Kentaro, license number 092986. I make a motion that we approve this request through March 31st, 2024. Is there a second?
Bobby Cato seconds.
Mr. Cato, second the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0. Number 2, review application for safekeeping of license. This is for Matchbox, license number 116777. I make a motion that we approve this request through March 31st, 2024. Is there a second?
Mr. Short, I
Grandis will
second.
second.
Mr. Short and Mr. Grandis is second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0. Number 3, review application for change of hours to operate 15 minutes later each night with the last call at the quarter of the hour. This is for trade license number 099229. I make a motion that we approve this request. Is there a second?
Ed Grandis will second.
Mr. Grandis is second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passes 5-0. Number 4, review request for off-premise storage permit endorsement to store unopened alcoholic beverage inventory off-site at Made to Measure LLC storage facility at 2221/B Adams Place Northeast. This request has been made by Tall Boy, license number 23SC 00959. I make a motion that we approve this request. Is there a second?
Ed Grandis, second.
Mr. Cato, Mr. Grandis has seconded the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0. Number 5, review application for the carry out and deliver endorsement. This is for Bread First, FURST, license number 117004. I make a motion that we approve this request. Is there a second?
Ed Grandis will second.
Mr. Grandis will second the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passes 5-0. We now move to the board's temporary license and one-day substantial change docket. And I'm going to read the first 11 on the docket. And I will read the requester, the applicant, the class, the type of license that they're requesting, the event, the date, the license number, the attendees. After I've done reading all 11, then I'll make a motion that the board approves all these applications. So the first one is a request from Mary Lesher, a one-day license class F. This is for outdoor movie screening. This is on August 2nd. The license number is 125584, 150 attendees, 5 security guards. Number 2, a request from Krishan Landers, a one-day license class F. This is for Rockin' at the Ridge. This is for August 4th. The license number is 125402, 150 attendees, 3 security guards. Number 3 is another request from Krishan Landers. I'm sorry, for one-day license class F. Rockin' at the Ridge. This is on August 11th. The license number is 125590, 150 attendees, 3 security guards. Number 4, another request from Krishan Landers, a one-day license class F, Rockin' at the Ridge. This is on August 18th. License number is 125591, 150 attendees, 3 security guards. Number 5, another request from Krishan Landers, a one-day license class F, Rockin' at the Ridge. The event dated August 25th. The license number is 125592, 150 attendees, 3 security guards. Excuse me. Number 6 is another request from Krishan Landers for one-day license class F. Rockin' at the Ridge, this is September 1st. The license number is 125593, 150 attendees, 3 security guards. Number 7, another request from Krishan Landers, Rockin' at the Ridge. This is for September 8th. The license number is 125619, 150 attendees, 3 security guards. Number 8, a request from Cynthia Alfaro, a one-day license class G, wedding reception, August 26th. The license number is 125569, 120 attendees, 3 security guard. Number 9, a request from Alec Warren for one-day license class G. This is for wedding reception, September 9th. The license number is 125570, 135 attendees, 3 security guard. Number 10, a request from Romhay Halamarian. It's spelled Romhay. The last name is Hallemariam. This is for one-day license class G, wedding reception, August 28th. The license number is 125581, 200 attendees, 4 security guards. Number 11, a request from Cheryl Sumter, a one-day license class G. This is for the Jazz Festival, not September 2nd through September 3rd. The license number is 125607. There's 150 attendees and waves throughout the event, 44 at security guards. I make a motion that the ABC board approves those applications. Is there a second?
Mr. Short, I second.
Mr. Short, a second motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passes 500. Number 12, a request from Regmo Holdings, Inc. This is for pub crawl. This is the hip hop Halloween bar crawl. The event is October 28th. The board on May 3rd approved the pub crawl for 1,000 applicants. Mr. Regmo has now requested that the board increase the numbers from 1,000 to 1,500 to 1,500. I make a motion that the board denies this request. Is there a second?
Mr. Short, I second.
Mr. Short has seconded the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passes 500. Number 13 is another bar crawl. This is from Bar Crawl Nation. This is Tacos and Margus Crawl. This is on September 23rd. The license number is 114535. The substantial change number, license number is 23 SC PCE 00022. This case, they're asking for a maximum of 1,250. I make a motion that we approve this pub crawl for 1,250. Is there a second?
Bobby Cato seconds.
Mr. Cato, second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Ms. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 500. Number 14. Number 14 is another pub crawl from CH Management Corp. This is for the Margarita March. This is on September 30th. The license number is 105025. The substantial change number, license is 23 PCE, 00023. This pub crawl, they're asking for 1,500 participants. I make a motion that we grant the 1,500. Is there a second? Is there a second?
Bobby Cato seconds.
Mr. Cato, second the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 500. The board has been asked to retroactively approve this event that was administratively approved by the agency. So Bianca Willis had requested a one-day license class G for a fundraising event on July 30th. The license number was 125585. 600 attendees attended, 12 security guards. The board has been asked to retroactively approve this request. So I make a motion that the board retroactively approve this request. Is there a second?
Mr. Short, I second.
Mr. Short has seconded the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 500. Let's move to our medical cannabis licensing agenda. The first matter on our medical cannabis licensing agenda is review of the conditional social equity license application for a new medical cannabis cultivation center. This is for Ahora Enterprises. The license number is I'm sorry, let me just read. I'm going to read all 5 names on this agenda, and at the end of the list, I'll ask that the board approve these conditional licenses. So the first one is a review of a conditional social equity license application for a new medical cannabis cultivation center. This is for Ahora Enterprises, license number 125448. The second one is the review of a conditional social equity license application for a new medical cannabis cultivation center license. This is for TRU Genesis. The license number is 125624. Number 3, review of a conditional social equity license application for a new medical cannabis manufacturer type 2 license. The name is True Genesis. The license number is 125573. Number 4, review of a conditional social equity license application for a new medical cannabis courier license. The name is AAAA Thankful Truckin LLC. The license number is 125625. And number 5, review of a conditional social equity license application for a new medical cannabis cultivation center license. This is for Cultivate Creations LLC. ABCA license is 125626. I therefore make a motion that the ABC board approve these conditional licenses. Is there a second?
Ed Grandis will second.
Grant is the second. The motion will now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0. We now move to our licensed administrative docket. The first matter on there are 4 matters on this administrative docket. I will read the applicants, the type of establishment, and what has been requested. At the end of the list, I'll ask the board to approve these requests. So the first request is made by Ambar, license number 100804. They are retail fee restaurant entertainment endorsement application. Number 2 is a request from St. Vincent Wine. License number is 114428. Retail fee tavern entertainment endorsement application. Number 3 is a request from Bozelli's Italian Deli, license number 118868. Retailer D Restaurant, Summer Garden endorsement application. And number 4, the request from Breakthrough Beverage, license number 124554. Wholesaler A, gifts and loan application, City Open Tournament tickets. I make a motion that the board approve these requests. Is there a second?
Ed
Jenny
Grandis,
Hansen,
second.
second.
Mr. Cato and Ms. Henson second the motion. We'll have a roll call vote. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passed 5-0. The last calendar, this is for the streetery, and the only application on this request on this agenda is for streetery is Lupa Verde, license number 088527. They're a retailer C restaurant. They are asking for the streetery endorsement application. I make a motion that this endorsement be granted. Is there a second?
Ed Grandis will second.
Mr. Grandis has seconded the motion. We'll now have a roll call vote. Mr. Short,
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato,
Bobby Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson,
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis,
Edward Grandis, I agree.
and Mr. Anderson, I agree. The matter passes 5-0. All right. We are at the end of our calendar items and our agenda for the day. And if there's no further business, we will now adjourn for the day. As chairperson of the Alcohol, Beverage, and Cannabis Board for the District of Columbia and in accordance with Title III, Chapter 405, Office of Open Government, I move that ABC Board hold a closed meeting on August 9th, 2023 for the purpose of discussing and hearing reports concerning ongoing or planned investigations of alleged criminal or civil misconduct or violations of law or regulations and seeking legal advice from our legal counsel on the board's investigative agenda, legal agenda, and licensing agenda for August 9th, as published in the DC Register on August 4th. Is there a second?
Mr. Short, I second.
Mr. Short, I second the motion. I will now take a roll call vote. Mr. Short.
Mr. Short, I agree.
Mr. Cato.
Cato, I agree.
Ms. Henson.
Jenny Hansen, I agree.
Mr. Grandis.
Edward Grandis, I agree.
And Mr. Anderson, I agree. As it appears that the motion has passed 5-0, I hereby give notice that the ABC Board will hold this closed meeting. Pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, notice will also be posted on the ABC Board Hearing Room Bulletin Board, placed on the electronic calendar on ABCA's website, and published in the DC Register in as timely a manner as practical. We're now adjourned for the day. I would like to thank all members of the public who signed in for our hearing today, and also thank all board members who participated in our hearings today. We're now adjourned, and I'm now asked all board members to return to executive session for further action. Thank you. Have a great morning.